Welcome to Recruiting Conversations with the leading talent attraction consultant, Bill Humbert, recruiterguide.com. Now, what you may notice is everything is closer. And the reason is we're moving in 2 weeks and there's boxes behind my library. And the house is a mess. And not only that, we have window washers coming in about 20 minutes. So this is going to be fast. The first step in a sales process is to identify a need. The first step in the recruiting process mirrors that identify a need, and that is opening a new position. Now, you would think that that would be pretty straightforward, right? Not always. I've been in hundreds of companies and worked very closely with them because my model since 1992 has been very different as a recruiter. I work with one company at a time and I charge them a flat monthly fee. Just getting over a cold. And so for you, it's important for you to understand I've seen lots of different models. Some models, it's fill out a form, get it signed off by the CEO, usually a smaller company. I've seen other models where one time they hired me to help them recruit 278 people in, would you believe, 11 months. Now, it was a mix of professional people and factory workers. Many of them were factory workers. And it was important that we get everything right on track so that we can get it done efficiently and find the right people. Well, that company had 12 different required approvals before they could open a position. And I went to the CEO and I said, Joe, how do you expect this to happen? You've got 12 different people that I have to talk to in order to get one position open. And he laughed and he said, yeah, we were opening positions too crazily about 2 years ago, and I put that process in. And I said, well, I've talked to everybody in that chain of command, and only, I think, 3 people need to sign off on it. One is the vice president, and that person gets the last sign off. One's a director, and that person gets the first sign off, and then the third sign off is you. He agreed to that. And at the end of 11 months, we had 300 new employees. Now, let's roll up our sleeves here. It's important. Getting a lot of practice with this, moving stuff. We're moving 1,300 miles from Park City, Utah to Madison, Wisconsin. And it's going to be fun. We'll be closer to our daughters and their families. So for you, what do you need to see in a job description, or actually in the rec for the position? First of all, why is a position being opened? Is it a new position? Is it a replacement position? If it's a new position, it's important to have the manager give some sort of justification as to why they're opening a new position. And part of that is you're training that person to be a better business person within your company. It's important for you to train them properly, so as they grow in the ranks, if they're capable of doing so, they will be understanding the entire process that you need to go through as a company. It's important for them to be able to justify it, not only with, well, we just need another person on our team. Well, great. Everybody needs another person on their team. Give some specifics as to why. And if you do that, what will happen? Now the person is going to have a better idea of what it is that they expect that person to do, the new employee. I suggest including one outcome for each quarter. At the end of the year, there's 4 quarters and there's 4 outcomes you expected them to make. The outcomes have to be reasonable, obviously. The first one could be, depending on your organization, it could be understanding the organizations, find out who the team members are, who, develop relationships with the different departments that they're going to have to work with. And then the next one includes some deliverable that if they have that solid foundation, they can create that deliverable. It doesn't have to be real complicated or time consuming because they only have a quarter to finish it. And then by the third and fourth quarters, now you expect more from them. And that's a very important step for 2 things. One is for the executives to understand why they need that person. And the second is this now gives you a foundation for your job description. And we'll discuss that in our next one. Get out there and create the need and understand the need. And then the next step we'll talk about in our next short conversation. It's been great seeing you today, and I will see you next time. Have fun. And I should say, since the Paris Olympics is this week, au revoir.